G'day SRL and welcome to your Monday Night Football, not the big game but the 6pm warm-up as we head up to the Hunter where the Newcastle Knights will be playing host to the Panthers, two teams of contrasting formula. Newcastle running 4th currently with a 6-3 record to the Panthers 12th 3-6. I'm your host Blair Curtin tonight. I'm calling the Knights 1-8. It'll be a tight one, and with me in the commentary box is your newly anointed New South Wales captain, Daniel Hellyer. Danny, what are you looking for from both teams tonight? I imagine you'll be making some selection decisions.
I think both teams just really want to advance forward coming up to the Origin break. They both want to be in the top 8. Panthers quite away from the 8. They're, if I'm not mistaken, they're running about 11th or 10th. So, a win would do a lot for them going into the finals run. They really need a win tonight, and the Knights in the top 4 right now. If they want to keep a position there, they also have to get a win.
Well, that's most certainly true as Pretzel looks to get us underway. Kicking off, eventually. Goes to his left, just to the left of the uprights as the Knights face them, fielded by Murray. Murray having an absolute blinder in his first game of the season against the Eels, but a bit of a drop-off along with his team from there, gets pulled down. Turner in the 17 jersey, but starting at 9 with the trade of Will Kay to the Sharks, as we see a little bit of an inside play, risky ball to Lecky Tua, but Tua brings it down safely. Turner gets it onto Nilsson in the halves, and he wrestles with the Knights forward pack, brought down by Ralsei Plush, someone I imagine Danny will be looking a lot at, as Wakabayashi takes an absolute stinker of a kick. Phoenix Murphy fields it and runs into touch. Danny, what did we just witness? Are we seeing another hell yes, Sam?
Probably, yeah. This is not what you want to do when there is a New South Wales captain watching. I'm pretty sure Wakabayashi is a New South Wales eligible player, so yeah, he must have not got the memo.
I suppose so. And of course, Ralsei Plush, as we see in dummy half there, leading on for hookers on the SimVP scoreboard. Danny, what are you looking out of Newcastle's favourite darkener this evening? Ooh, we're going to see it go up here. Sorry to cut you off, Danny.
No
referee says no try, but I think it might have got there.
That's
yes, they have. That's for mine. I see ball down on grass. And I think that's Mike Borson's.
Yeah, that was Mike Borson's. Great try from him. Looks like he was going to set up the cutout ball there to his, what would have been his 5'8", but he's tucks it and run. The edge defense doesn't know really what's going on and how to defend him. Such a big body, ball playing there, and yeah, he just comes out with the chocolates.
Yeah, kind of seemed like a bit of a nothing play until that point, and just absolutely bulldozed over the line. Great work from Borsons. 4-0 after the missed conversion. 3 minutes in. Not a promising start for the Panthers, you'd have to say, Danny.
Yeah, definitely not. And the Knights making quick work of them here. 4 points up in just over 3 minutes, and they're looking to start this game really fast.
Absolutely. Knights, of course, stung last week by an unexpected loss to the last place Tigers, as Rumi takes it and hits it up.
Big loss with that.
Absolutely, yeah. Huge loss, and maybe the Knights have been stung by that because they've really come out with intent. First time they touched the ball, it was down Panthers' end, and they just bulldozed straight over the line. So maybe some of those Knights senior players are feeling a bit of responsibility for that loss. As Hodgson wrestles it over the 40, 4th tackle, do they go for the pocket play with the 40-20 attempt? Yes, they do. Realme thumps it down ground much better than Wakabayashi did. His mouth once, and Riley Murray's running into a touch. Another man looking for a New South Wales jersey, Danny. What is it with the Panthers and not staying
Um,
in the field of play?
I think we have another Daniel Heliasim on the way here. Both captains are ooh, not very happy.
No, I imagine not, as Mayava, Newcastle vice captain. She shimmies through the line as Rousey takes a look at it,
Oh,
dishes onto Rumi, and into open space. The hole opens up like Moses parting the Red Sea, and Hodgson has made that over as clean as he liked, Danny.
yeah, great run there from Hodgson. Look at this ball playing here from Relmy. Straight onto the chest of Hodgson, and he sees daylight from there. Nice try from the Knights. Inside, well, pretty much inside 5 minutes, they've already scored 2 tries, and they're looking like a well-oiled machine out here.
Yeah, absolutely. Knights haven't kicked a conversion yet, but they're still beating the clock. That you figure Josh Pretzel will be able to fix that one up now, and he does. Knights 10, Panthers 0, 5.5 gone. Danny, what do the Panthers need to do to get back in this?
I think the Panthers need to just sort of get back into the grind. They're giving away a lot of costly mistakes. Evidently, they've run out into touch twice. If they could sort of fix that up, they'd have a much stronger chance of coming away with some points.
Well, that is a very good point as Maxwell slams into the line and drives. You love to see a big man hitting it up. Heads to Hodgkinson. Cheeky little play. Makes about 8 metres. Pulled down 25 metres out. Plush dishes onto Hodgson. Hodgson, the try scorer. Engaged one-on-one in the line with the Penrith defence. The tackle goes on to Pretzel. Pretzel decides he wants a hit up too. He's big for a half, but he should be getting his props to do that work. Don't go for the 40-20 this time. Dishes it out to Joey June. Joey June pulled down on the halfway. 5th tackle. Great set after points. If Pretzel can land this kick, it's okay, but it's a little bit of a shank. And Riley Murray is utterly slammed in that tackle, Danny.
Yeah, great tackle there from the centre, I believe. Riley Murray, yeah, probably should have got the step away there. A lot of space, as that's a 0 tackle set. Very slow out of marker from Pancake Gamer there. But, yeah, Panthers with a great opportunity here.
Well, they finally got some ball inside the Knights half, which is, I believe, a first for the game. So it'll be interesting to see how the Knights react. Second tackle. Turner dishes it to Nilsson. Nilsson decides he wants a hit up. Pulled down 25 out in between the right-hand tram tracks. They go short side. McKinnon onto Murphy. Murphy absolutely slammed by Knights defence. 4th tackle. Turner goes in. Goat gets it onto Mobberston. Mobberston driving forward, pulled down, starting prop in the 15 jersey for some reason. It's last. Nilsson, pass play onto Wakabayashi, onto Murray, and Murray gets held up. And it's a handover 10 metres out. Danny, some fluidity finally from the Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers pretty good kick set there, but they just need to probably put a kick in there. Not really putting too much pressure on the Knights. They had them reasonably under control that set.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and maybe just a little bit more drive in the mid-set there. You see a lot of post-contact meters there for the Knights, but the Panthers weren't quite able to get those, as we see a very short side play to Ian Mayava. Ian Mayava pulled down 4th tackle on the 40, goes deep to the half. Not sure that the 40-20 attempt was the play here, but we do see the early kick. It's ended up with Bongston, of course, a former Newcastle captain himself, and he makes it over the 50. He makes it almost to the 40. Panthers are starting another set inside Knights territory. Danny, what do the Panthers need to do here?
They definitely need to get their stars involved here. I mean, not a lot of ball movement to the edges so far this game, and Ponkston's definitely a dangerous winger there on that left wing. But Pretzel, that's 2 pretty shocking kicks in a row so far from him. He just needs to get his kicking game right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And really taking it to tackle early seems a little bit unnecessary under those circumstances. As we get to the end of the set here from the Panthers, we see the kick from Wakabayashi. It's much better than his first one. There's a contest. He set it up with the Valentine, but he's well handled there by Knights defence. It's another handover on the Knights' right edge. 10 metres or so out, Danny.
Yeah, Wakabayashi probably needed a bit deeper, but it was an alright kick. Good contest there, just couldn't really find the line. Great scramble from the Newcastle defence, and they're looking pretty good so far this game.
Yeah, the Knights are definitely looking a lot stronger as Ralsei takes it down a dummy half and makes about 12 metres in the process. Gets it onto Borsons, or Indurain as he prefers to be called now. Pulled down, fourth tackle. Ralsei goes a little trick play, goes down the left edge, gets to Captain Pretzel, but Pretzel can't get it on. Not sure that was the play. Plush deals it to Gamer. Gamer dumps it midfield, and it'll be well fielded by Pongston. Here's an opportunity for the Panthers. I think that's where Plush got sent flying. No, it's actually my. But Danny, Pongston's kick return was pretty well handled there.
Yeah, Knights all over it so far this game, and there hasn't really looked like there's been a weakness so far in any areas of their side, and they just look really good. Panthers are struggling here, although this set's been alright.
I mean, the story of the Panthers game so far, they've been alright while the Knights have been great as Nielsen puts down a kick. That one's a little bit better than alright, but it finds Ian Mayava on the full. Ian absolutely slammed by some defence. Held, first tackle, and the Knights will start their set about 12 metres out. Gets onto Mayava, who is absolutely mixed. A flying shoulder from
number 15.
The number 15. Yeah. I haven't actually
might be a bit messed up this game.
They are. And that's Ian Mayava dragged into touch. Really good Panthers defence there. Amazing hit. Lecky Tua. As Wakabayashi goes inside to Murray, that play was looking a little bit disjointed. Panthers need to be a bit careful before trying stunts like that. As Nepo Goat drives through. Finally, the Panthers are inside the Knights 10. Turner goes for a dart. The marker isn't fooled. Wrapped up. Wasted tackle, 9 metres out. Heads to the wing. Lecky Tua steps through the first line of defence, but well wrapped up by the second. It's fourth. Panthers surely need to go centre field. They don't quite go centre field. McKinnon's rolled on his back. It's last. It's being played 2 metres out. Where are the halves? There's one in the pocket. It's found Nielsen. Nielsen's put in an excellent grubber, but it's Hodgson. Hodgson has managed to get back into the field of play, or has he? Referee says yes. I'm not so sure, Danny.
Yeah, I think he got there. Great play from Cameron Hodgson, just being able to drive his way back in. And yeah, I thought the Panthers were going to get some points there. TBK was steaming through, but looks like he just missed it, and it went up in Hodgson's hands. Might be a 20-40 here. Attempt at least. Oh yeah, definitely
It's
not.
attempted by Pretzel. Riley Murray does very well on the kick return by managing to not run it out. Great start as Turner dishes onto Nielsen. Nielsen gets it onto McKinnon. McKinnon in the tram tracks. 25 metres out. Turner takes the dart. It's a much better dart. Makes a good 12 metres there to end up about 11 metres from the try line. Murphy, not sure how I feel about a second rower taking a dummy half scoot, but he's fourth tackle. I have confirmation from Danny that Phoenix is the centre as we see another set reach its end. Nielsen steaming through. It's another grubber. It's a really good grubber, but Hodgkinson is there, and Hodgkinson cleans up the crumbs, Danny.
Yeah, pretty good kick there from Nielsen, but Hodgkinson just all over it. Makes some extra yards as well. He made a great break there, and the Knights gonna get in probably 40-20 range here, you'd think, doing pretty well so far, and yeah, they will be.
It's not whether they're in 40-20 range, I think, Danny. It's whether they're in a position for their 40 or for their kicker to take one. But this is a really good kick from Alex Yorm. He doesn't have the angle though. Riley Murray's all over it. Tries the pirouette. Knights aren't buying it. First tackle, 28 metres out. Panthers starting their set in their own half. And Turner's taken an amazing run. He's all the way over the halfway. 57 metres or 52 metres out from his own line, about 48 from the Knights. Ralph.
Ball strip.
This is a new one. We've seen an illegal ball strip. There were two in the tackle, Danny. Have you seen that one yet?
No, I have not seen that one, but getting a bit too greedy there, trying to strip the ball away. And penalty there. Penrith going to be in a bit of attacking range here.
Yeah, no, this is exciting with, of course, ball strips added to Rugby League 26. I'm not even sure that was hit off the ball. It just seemed someone ducked out of the way, but the pass wasn't designed for them to duck out of the way. It's Riley Murray, takes a scoot. Riley's getting close. Riley is close, and Riley's over! The captain has stood up and got his team back on the board for the first time this game, Danny.
Yeah, it's a great run from Riley Murray. I think that's my other not being able to contain him, and he just falls over the line now. First points for Penrith, and it looks like they'll convert here.
You'd certainly hope so. And yeah, just Riley Murray, much bigger body than my, able to dominate it a bit and get the ball down. Knights defence needed to be there to help out their vice captain, and with the failure to do so, we see that first real breakdown of Knights defence this game. As Pretzel prepares to get us underway. 10-6. Things evening up in the second quarter of the game. My not looking very happy, but you'd expect that. And Pretzel sends it deep and to his left. With Nielsen there to field it. Nielsen decides he wants to hit up. And Nielsen engages the Knights line well, making good post-contact meters. Panthers start their set. And second tackle, 26 metres out. Onto Nielsen. Nielsen onto Shackelford. Shackelford, it's a big hit. It's gone on to Ralph on the offload though, but Ralph is pulled down, and this is a very, very long hold down. Referee lets it go. Perhaps some partisanship in the Newcastle crowd as Riley Murray held down for a very long time as well. It's fourth tackle. Do we see the 40-20 attempt? No, we don't. Phoenix Murphy thunders it up, but well handled. It's fifth and last. Where are they going to go? They're going to go to Wakabayashi, who just absolutely sends it deep, but finds Mai on the full, who takes a swerve, but then held or slammed down by two men in a very rough tackle, Danny.
Yeah, definitely, and the Panthers just getting back into this game a bit. The kick wasn't great, and the Knights got some good field position here, but slowly and surely they're working their way back into it.
Well, that's very true, but of course, Panthers just by getting as Mai makes a massive break. Mai's away. Mai's going to make up for it with a try under the post, Danny.
Yeah, beautiful running from Mai. Breaks, sidesteps to, then sprints past Riley Murray, who gets caught dazed there. And yeah, Newcastle, three tries already this game. Looking great so far, and that's a great try from Mai.
I might be regretting making a tip of Knights 1 to ace as Pretzel sends that one over, 16-6. 12 to go in the first half. And Riley Murray takes up a very familiar position for him. Ball on the tee, ready to kick it off. And it's quite deep, and it'll find Joey June on the full. June hits it up. June in the headgear. Absolutely beast of a run, though. Makes it over the 20. Dishes the back for I'll say. Pretzel flat-footed, and that's a forward pass. Oh, jeez. We are seeing the Daniel Hurley sim, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's Pongston. Oh. rolled on his back, and that was nearly the most embarrassing try for Newcastle that I think we possibly could have. Yeah, Pongston voluntarily rolled on his back there. It'll come back, no try, somewhat unsurprisingly. But Panthers nearly absolutely gave the Knights something to blush about. As the ball comes out to Nilsson, rolled on his back. Panthers making camp in the Knights 10. Comes out to Shackford. Shackford with quick ball to Ralph. Ralph again, though, well handled by the defence. Not sure Ralph's upgrading, but it's not giving him any post-contact meters. Comes out to Goat. Goat. He puts over the line. It's another Panthers try. 16-10 with the kick to come. 10 left on the clock in this half, Danny.
Yeah, well, Nepo Goat is a known try scorer. I think a few weeks ago when the stats were dropped, he was the highest try scoring forward by a fair bit.
That does sound about right. Not many forwards in SRL 2.0, of course, are known as noted try scorers. So that probably tracks as Riley Murray adds the extras. It's now a one-score game again. Well, it's all been very bang, bang, bang here, hasn't it, Danny?
Yeah, definitely. They're all just piling on points. And just had to check, I think this is Nepo Baby's 5th try of the season.
Oh, impressive for a middle forward. No doubt about that. I think Pretzel's going to send it left again, and he does. Fielded by Turner, the hooker. Oh, fence off one! I think that's Rouse Plush, who has been absolutely poleaxed by a fan. And we see Murray take some meters with a dazed marker. Great work there from the fullback and captain as Turner dishes it out to TBK. TBK gets it almost to the halfway through the set. They go short. Wakabayashi onto Ralph. Ralph perhaps not had quite the impact he would have hoped for, but he has made it over the halfway here. Wakabayashi again, and it's been picked off, though. It has been picked off by the nice interchange for Latu. Ramsey Plush decides to go for a little run out of dummy half. Put down there, and it's gone on to Keane, the centre. He's keen as mustard, as they say. Halfway through the set, nice back on the front foot here. Latu onto Mariota. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. 4th tackle. Arce decides that they'd like another dummy half run after taking a long look around. We've reached the end of the set, though. Pretzel dishes it to Realme. Realme puts in the bomb. It's a pretty decent bomb. It's gone to a contest. Hodgkinson ended up with it, but Hodgkinson, well handled by Penrith defence this time. Danny, what are we seeing out here?
Yeah, there was some impressive defence there from the Panthers. Good scramble to get onto Hodgkinson as he catched that kick. And yeah, Knights just probably the dummy halves killed them a bit that set. Just sort of killed their momentum, I guess, a bit. But yeah, probably stop the dummy half runs and they'd look a lot better in those attacking sets.
Yeah, definitely there is. Turner actually takes a pretty good dummy half run to underline the point. Of course, Turner did put a big fend on the Knights dummy half Plush, so it's probably worth asking, how is Plush doing concussion-wise? We've seen some very big hits. There's Hodgkinson, pirouettes through the line, gets over the 30, but the second wave of Panthers defence is there to clean up. Gamer onto Latu. Latu drives over the 40, well over the 40, in fact, 43 metres out as we reach second tackle. And Mariota just makes it to the halfway. 4th, they go short. Realme onto Mayava. Mayava on Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson, a step through the line, but I think that's TBK there in the pink headgear to clean up the defence again. We reach last tackle. Knights 33 metres out. Plush onto Gamer. Gamer takes a kick. It's somehow not a offside or an accidental offside, but it is apparently a knock-on. 0 tackle as it heads on to Valentine. Turner looking a bit gassed out there. Goes
Oh,
short to Nepo Goat. It flies off the head of TBK in a massive falcon and ends up in the hands of Realme. Danny, poor ball security here from Panthers, you'd have to say.
yeah, well, poor ball security from both teams. They just both made errors, and I guess the fatigue of this first half is sort of setting in these last few minutes. Rousey Plus taking another run.
Yeah, and it's probably telling as Pressel throws a huge dummy, but no one's really buying it. It's last tackle. Probably not what you want your 5'8" to be doing as it goes to the centre Smith, who decides to take the kick themselves. And Lecky Tua runs it back. But one thing I noticed in the pre-game is that Panthers don't actually have a spine player with a fitness above 70. You think that that's going to make a bit of an impact on some of their halftime changes and perhaps how things might go at the death of this game?
Yeah, definitely. It could have an impact on how their halves start kicking in the second half. I mean, if they're fatigued, their kicks obviously won't be as good, so they'll probably be looking to maybe make some changes in the halves.
You'd have to feel so, of course, Ferguson Neal on the bench. You assume he'll be coming in to replace Turner, but I could be wrong there, as Mayava runs it back, sends one-man sprawl in, and that's first half. G'day and welcome back to McDonald Jones Stadium up in the Hunter, as we've seen a pretty wild game, all things considered. 28 points put on the board, Newcastle at home leading 16-12. And as Riley gets us underway, your host Blair Curtin here, and with me in the commentary box, Daniel Hellyer. Danny, what did you make of the first half?
I thought the first half was pretty good. Decent amount of points from both teams. They've showcased a lot of skillful plays so far and setting up a really exciting second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Newcastle big out of the blocks, of course, 2 very early tries, beating the clock before 10 minutes was up. But as we see Keane ridden to the ground, Newcastle struck back. Penrith struck back. And then Mai struck back again for Newcastle, bringing it back to a 12-point game before Nepo Goats hit in the dying minutes of the first half to bring it to the scoreline we see now. It's fifth tackle. Pretzel goes for the big kick. Doesn't have the length or the angle for a 40-20, but Pongston cleans up well. Danny, any standout performance from the first half for you?
I think both the fullbacks were pretty good in the first half. Mai had about 120, wasn't it?
132.
132, and Riley Murray had about 90. So, yeah, both fullbacks really involved compared to a lot of their team.
Yeah, absolutely. As Wakabayashi grinds it over the halfway, probably not where you want your half to be taking a hit up, but it's something we see consistently as Nepo Goat dumps it downfield to Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson seemed to have a decent first half, but not sure it ended up being reflected on the stat sheet. But the vibe of the thing was in his favour. Turner, of course.
Yeah, I was about to say Matt Turner had a good half.
He did. 2 try assists. Perhaps player of the game so far, but he's fairly low fitness, and it'll be interesting to see how this goes with the grind continuing. Rouse Plush, of course, very highly wrapped hooker, as we see a kick end up into, and how that is not an accidental offside, I'm not entirely certain, but we reach the end of the set, and Realme sends it down to Riley Murray on the full. Riley pirouettes through the line, well handled there, but this set starting over the Panthers 40. Can Panthers take advantage as it heads out to Preston Beats? Preston Beats digs into the defences. Turner takes a little scoot out of dummy half. Not too worried about his fitness at this point. Of course, the Knights hooker doesn't much either, as Nepo Goat absolutely slams, and I believe it's actually not Joey June. It's someone else.
Rousey Plush?
And no. Rousey's redhead. As
Oh.
Wakabayashi sends it up. It's into the in goal, and Hodgkinson just takes the lad a little too easily, Danny.
Yeah, great take from Hodgkinson. That kick needed to be a bit further towards the line there. Just a bit of a misplace there from Kane Nielsen, I think it was, who kicked that one. But, flat ball. Yeah, they just need to execute on their last tackle kick here, the Panthers, and go long way to winning this game.
It is, of course, very, very even here as we see Borsons or Induran, the try scorer, and Plush takes a dart out of dummy half. Battle of the low fitness hookers as Bailey Munro-Johns, who's come on for, I believe it is Cam Smith.
How's that not a knock on?
Referee being very, very lenient with the drop balls this game as Munro-Johns digs it back to Realme. Realme reefs it deep to Pongston. Pongston playing against his SRL 1.0 club. Makes it over the 20 again. He's had a very decent performance. And Turner gets this set underway again by dishing it off to McKinnon. McKinnon doesn't make many meters though. Onto Bonzakahu. Bonzakahu rocks and diamonds in that first half. I still remember that massive Falcon that ended up in Newcastle hands, and I think might have led to the My try if memory serves, Danny.
Yeah, definitely, and you know he's had his moments, but overall he just needs a bit more consistency. That's a great kick from Kane Nielsen.
Yeah, absolutely. Nielsen found the Seagulls with that kick, and Mai's forced to run back and clean up, starting the tackle. The set 15 metres out. Hodgson makes it over the 20. I think that was Hodgson who I was looking to mention before. Plush dishes on to Maxwell, and Maxwell is absolutely flattened. Made to get up and go again. Somehow that pass is not called forward, and it ends up back in the hands of Hodgson. The tackle halfway through the set, 35 metres out. Gamer wrestles it over the 40. Flipped on his back for his troubles. Fourth tackle. Do they go the 40-20? Realme says no. He goes a flat ball to King. And King makes a decent little break. Makes it to the Panthers 40. Brought down. Fifth tackle. You got to assume the play's going to go left here. And it does. Gamer sends it back right though. But it's Riley Murray there again to scoop up. Rousey. Oh, wait. No, that is not Rousey Plush. That's My. They look very similar. And a very curious ball there. Danny, what happened there? It's ended up back in the hands of Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle just picking off the ball there. I think it was Keane. Again, big plays from him so far. And Cameron Hodgson, he's been getting through a lot of work this game actually. He's been really solid in that right second row.
Yeah. Otis, is it Otis King? Being very, very involved in this game, particularly for a centre. As we get to fourth tackle, it's all a bit flat-footed, but it might work for the Knights anyway as Mayava wrestles close. Doesn't quite make it, though. It's last again. Takes a couple of steps back. Plush sends it to Pretzel. Pretzel puts in a beautiful grubber. Bonzakar, who has cleaned up, though, but the Knights will get a repeat set. Danny, how do the Panthers get out of trouble here?
Well, firstly, great cover from TBK there. They looked in for all money if he wasn't there. Stop that one. So great there. The Panthers just need to hold on here. Probably try and force an error. Maybe a one-on-one strip, potentially.
We did see that attempted in the first half by the Knights, of course, and it didn't work very well for them. As Rousey Plush takes a very good little run out to dummy half. Pinches about 12 metres there. Great run from the little hooker. My dishes onto Gamer. Gamer onto Pretzel. Pretzel onto Mayava. Mayava doesn't have another one outside, though. If there was another player outside Mayava, you got to feel that that would have been really dangerous. And Pretzel takes a hit up. Little settler at the back end of the set. Not sure that was the play, though, as Gamer sends it high. And Paulson just takes that a little bit too easily, but brought down after not making many meters, Danny.
Yeah, Ponkson's been really good, actually. Oh!
Well, Danny, I'm going to have to cut you off there because Rousey Plush has just put their mark on the game. A ball has come off a Panthers head. We see the offload. It's ended up in Plush's hands. Throws the fend, breaks another tackle, and a brilliant try. And I believe that might be Rousey's first of the season.
Yeah, well, it looks like Rouse is going to be getting some more MVP votes tonight by the looks of the game so far. Very good so far in this game, and that's a great try there. I don't know what the Panthers were trying to attempt with that pass, but she just picks up the scraps and goes over. Nice spot by 2 converted tries here. Or 2 tries. 1 converted.
Two tries, 1 conversion. Yes. Newcastle draws first blood in that second half. And, yeah, not really what the Panthers would have been looking for. But great work from Rousey to get over the line and just pick up what had been a really poor pass from the Panthers as Murray gets us back underway. Ends up in the arms of Pretzel, who's going to hit it up back. Almost gets to the 20. Flush dishes onto Mayava. Mayava takes a little step halfway through the line. Offloads to Maxwell. Not a great offload, though. They lose meters on it. Plush has a nice play to get out of the way, but it comes out to Hodgson. And not many meters after this first hit up. But Plush is going to take another little dummy half run. Showed what they've got in the fend department, so you wouldn't mind seeing that again as Realme decides to go for the 14-20. It's got a decent angle, it's got decent distance, but not enough of either. And Riley Murray brings us back, Danny. Good set after points from the Knights.
Yeah, definitely the Knights looking really good in that set. The Panthers just trying to work their way out of their own half here. TBK under a flat ball. They've got this all under control here in this defensive set so far. And, is that another error?
Oh, no.
Lucky.
Oh, no. I think it was called all backwards, which, to be fair, it was. But the Panthers have been very sideways in this set, and Matt tries to change that. It's 5th and last, though. They're only just over the halfway. We'll see a big punt here from Nilsson, pinning Mayava in the back corner, but the chase isn't quite there. Half beats one, Mayava does, makes a few post-contact meters, and the Knights will start their set 25 meters out, and Rousey Plush takes another scoot out of dummy half, makes a good, about another 12 meters for their trouble. Second tackle. Munro Johns onto Pretzel, Pretzel onto Mayava, Mayava onto Realme. All the spine linking up here, but not too many meters to show for it. Plush dishes it onto Maxwell. It's a terrible ball, but Munro Johns scoops up the crumbs, pirouettes through the line, gets it onto Mayava. Mayava wrapped up and manages to stay in the field of play. Pretzel onto Kama Lahoa. I'm going to butcher that pronunciation. It's been a long week. 5th tackle. Sends it to Pretzel. Pretzel with the not much of a kick down to Pongston on the 20. Pongston beats one. This is something the Panthers need. Pongston makes it to the 40. Good start to the set here, Danny. And he appears to have disappeared. So I'll continue with Riley Murray taking a hit up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Valentine, take it away, Danny.
Okay. I just wanted to point out Nilsson has been kicking exceptionally this game. I think he's been the best so far in kicking, and Pretzel, he's struggled a bit so far in his kicking game. And, just wanted to say that.
Yeah, no, the 2 number 7s this game seem to have had the Lions' share of the kicking, the Lions' share of the kicking skill, as Hodgson makes a pass one, doesn't make a pass the second. Wrapped up there, 21 metres out. Very good spot though, Danny. And I think it was Wakabayashi who had that absolute stinker of a kick in the Panthers' first set. As Mayava plays the ball 31 metres out, dishes it onto Realme, who wants it to take a hit up. Realme does have a decent bit there left in the tank, you can see. Plush looks at it for a while. Doesn't have so much left in the tank. Is absolutely poleaxed in a massive tackle. I think that was Mai who was absolutely belted. And Panthers have just won the war back in the most brutal way imaginable, Danny.
Yeah, definitely. That was a massive hit. Nepo Baby picking up the crumbs, and he will actually be going off inside a minute. So look for him to try and get something work in this set.
Well, you certainly hope so, because the Panthers haven't got much work done in this set. They're just kind of dishing it all sideways. They've been a little bit sideways this last couple of sets. It's really not what you'd like to see. They need someone to put their hand up and take a hit up.
Oh,
It comes on to Pongston. Pongston puts his hand up and takes a hit up. He also puts some shimmy and swerve there. He has ended up inside the 10. That is not something that looked remotely likely from third tackle in this Panthers set. Wakabayashi sends it high. It's a big midfield bomb. It's to a contest that Mayava gets it inside the end zone. Danny, bit of a tame end to that set there. Panthers needed to contest.
yeah, Riley Murray was there very early, but you and Mayava just getting the ball over the top of him. Knights 7 tackle set. They'd be looking to probably put an attacking kick at the end of the set.
Indeed, you're right, Danny. They will be looking to do just that, but it'll be the Panthers looking to stop them from doing so as we make it halfway through the set, and that is not something the Panthers needed. 6 again, and my steps into the line. Almost makes it out the other side. And it's first tackle. Kamoloa. Driven back in the tackle. Plush dishes it onto Pretzel. Pretzel onto Ruelmi. Ruelmi onto Mai again. Mai well handled by the defence though. Not making many meters in these last few sets. That's a very flat ball, but the referee says it's no more than flat. Hodgson's got through a lot of work, but he's now out on his feet. It's not last. It's only fourth still. It comes to Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson sweeping through. Panthers haven't done much with this 6 again. It's last tackle, and they're still only on the 30. As Inderang coming back on it, lock, I imagine. Takes a little bit of a stabbing kick, and Riley Murray well handled there by a kick chase that was looking for it, Danny.
Yeah, and probably not the kick option you want there. Penrith gonna have to work it out their end and pretty fast as well. Riley Murray making a break. He's in a foot race. He'll get caught down by Bailey Munro-Johns.
Yeah, Bailey Munro-Johns been a bit of a revelation for the Knights this season. He's only a bench centre, of course, but he's actually got through a surprising amount of work this game as Turner, out on his feet, wrestles his way to the 30, not in position for an attacking kick, you'd think, as Nilsson sends it down to the winger Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson takes it cleanly.
Another great kick.
Yeah, let down a little bit by the chase, though, you'd have to say, Danny.
Yeah, the chase was pretty good. They got to him at the 10, so they're going to have to work it out of here, but they really needed the attacking kick from that set there. Only 9 minutes left. Game pretty dire.
Yeah, and it's if it was still in one score, you'd have to say that the Panthers were in with a really good chance, but 2 scores seems a lot in the context of this second half where we've only seen 1 try. Last tackle, Plush onto Realme. Realme sends it very, very big and down the wing of Pongston. What can Pongston do against his former club? Not much as it transpires, but he'll play the ball 32 metres out. Preston Beast dishes onto Valentine. Valentine wrestling with Plush in centre field. Second tackle, Turner onto O'Neill. O'Neill onto Murray. O'Neill came on as a second rower, which I think was a little bit of an interesting choice, would you say, Danny?
Yeah, the half/hooker coming on as a second row. Oh, Lecky Tua been pounced out there. Knights are going to get the ball here. Great tackle from Ewan Mayava.
Yeah, Ian did great there. And Lecky Tua, who to that point had a decent if quiet game, not one for his personal highlight reel, as Plush dishes it off. And it's ended up with O'Neill, somehow. Turner takes a scoot out of dummy half, dishes it on to Murphy, back on it, prop. Ayashi hits it up now. Makes it over the halfway, and it's 6 again. Desperately needed by the Panthers. That's a very flat ball inside, but the referee again says it's no more than flat. Preston beats. Tackle down, dishes it onto Bonsakahu. Bonsakahu Brought down, 33 metres out. Turner takes a little scoot, throws a fend, but looks like it's Mai there to handle him. Third tackle, McKinnon goes short to Wakabayashi, onto Bonzakahu. Needed a faster man outside. Where was Pongston? It's fourth tackle. Goes centre field. Valentine onto Murphy. Murphy wrestles it up well. 15 metres out. Do they go high or do they go low? They go low with the grubber. And it's fielded by Murray beautifully. It's a try. Danny, run us through the play.
Yeah, beautiful play there from the Panthers. Just getting them back into this game with a sliver of hope. Riley Murray running a beautiful line there from the kick from Wakabayashi and getting his team back into the game. Double from Riley Murray, who's been one of Panthers' best this game, you'd say. Probably him, Pongston and Nelson.
Well, you'd have to have Turner in that conversation, surely.
Yep.
2 try assists. Nilsson, of course, on the try assist board now. But the problem for the Panthers is right now, their best player has been Turner, but Turner's out on his feet. How are they going to get some creativity out of dummy half here? Because they've got 4 minutes to come up with 5 points. As Pretzel looks to get us back underway. Must be nervy for the Newcastle captain. The crowd chants got up.
I know what
Pretzel
they were saying.
sends it. Let's not speculate. Rugby league crowds can be absolutely brutal. As Turner dishes on to Nilsson and Nilsson to Valentine. Valentine back on in the props, or in the front row, of course.
40-20.
Second tackle. Yeah, 40-20 would probably be the play if they can get it. Turner dishes out to Bonzakahu. Well, they'll get the attempt. That's not quite the same thing, Danny. Wakabayashi goes for it. It's gone centre field. Mai swoops on it. You got to think, oh, Mai's through the line. Mai's away, or not quite away. The ankle tap gets there and gets turned around. Danny, how are the Panthers going to defuse this situation?
They should probably stop trying to choke. Oh, maybe do that.
Well, that's a pretty good answer as we see that big nasty hit off the ball. They go short side. Turner onto McKinnon. McKinnon, second tackle, 40 metres out. Comes onto Bonzakahu. Bonzakahu makes good post-contact metres, but it's not grindy post-contact metres they need right now. They need a lot of metres, and they need them quickly. Turner.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well, we've said Turner's been out on his feet for the last few minutes now, and it's an injury to the mercurial dummy half in what I think is his starting debut. It's last tackle now. Nilsson's out of the play. He's a little bit too deep. Beats, sends it high. Do we get the tap back? No, we don't. Mayavaris wrestle back into the in goal. Panthers are going to get a final chance. You're calling the Panthers win, are you, Danny?
No, I'm not calling that.
It would be a very big call as it comes on to Murphy. Time is not on the Panthers' side. 20 seconds to go. Nilsson, will they get one last play? They will get one last play, but you got to imagine that'll be it. It goes to O'Neill, who wants a hit up, and the siren sounds, and Newcastle have just hung on to win 22-18. What a game have we seen, Danny?
Yeah, great game here from McDonald Jones Stadium, 22-18. Newcastle come away with the win, and what a match it was. Run us through some of the stats here, Blair.
Yeah, absolutely. Possession was pretty even all game. Neither side particularly respected the ball, though. 23 completions apiece. A penalty conceded by the Knights where none were by the Panthers. Even in the tackles, pretty even in the missed. But that's very concerning that The Panthers' tackle efficiency is that much lower, even in the line breaks and even pretty even in the meters. So, really it was that starting barrage from Newcastle that got them over the line. As we'll see some individual stats. Indurain, an excellent stint at prop and lock for 98 metres, 25 tackles and a kick. Rouse Plush, I would like to bring some attention to with the 2 tackle breaks, the line break, and I believe their first try of the season. But Cameron Hodgson should absolutely get some love as well. Got through a ton of work. 9 missed tackles, but you got to feel that the stat sheet was pretty harsh on him because he seemed to be a lot bigger than he actually was, or that would be suggested by the sheet. Another man bigger than suggested by the sheet was Bailey Munro-Johns. And Pretzel, you got to feel, had a pretty decent game for the most part.
Apart from kicking. His running was pretty good. His kicking was not great.
Kicking not great. And, the error in there as well. Otis Keane had a pretty decent dig when he was given his opportunities. Maimar cracked the double century of run meters. Anything particularly interesting at the bottom? Not especially. Alex Realme had a decent day with the boot. Yeah, Realme did pretty well. Let's take a look at the Panthers. Wakabayashi had an absolute stinker of an opening kick, but brought it back from there. 2 errors, though, not great to go with the try assist, which was pretty good. Riley Murray, big runs from in a captain's knock, 2 tries, 208 run meters.
Not captain anymore.
Oh, of course, yeah, no, you're right. He did step down from that, didn't he? I've got to stay better in tune with what's going on. Let's head up to the man who was injured, Matt Turner. 117 run meters, took lots and lots of runs, 2 try assists, but that injury is not great. Kane Nielsen had a day out with the run and the kick. 225 kick meters, 150 run meters. Unlucky not to have picked up a try assist in there. And let's just head up to the top of that stat sheet. 140 run meters from Pongston. Great work for line breaks.
He was great all game.
He was absolutely consistent. And finally, let's take a look at TBK. 20 tackles, 5 missed, but 109 metres in there as well. 2 errors, though. Not great. Anyway, I believe that's all we have time for, unless you have any last words, Danny.
Nope.
On to Monday Night Football. Thanks very much for joining us.